Where's the music?
There is no music.
Now.
I like to move it, move it. I like to
There's no
move it,
reason.
move it. I like to move it, move it. You like to move it. All girls all over the world. Original King Julian for the case man. I love how all the girls move their body. And when you move your body, you're gonna move it nice and sweet and sassy. Alright? Woman, you cute, and you don't need no makeup. Original cute body makeup on model. You cute, and you don't need no makeup. Original cute body makeup on model. Physically fit, physically fit, physically fit.
All right, I'm looking for some dancing out there. Now I know, I can't really see you, but I can tell you're dancing by what you're commenting in the chat. So let me see you dance. Do me a little emoji, like dancing in the emoji. Drop a gift. You can move it. I like to move it, move it. Maybe tell me what you like to move in your business, what you'd like to be moving in your business. Come on, guys, we got this, right? And remember, it is very, very important that you give StreamYard permission. Give Facebook or tell Facebook it's okay for them to see your name. Otherwise, you won't get to. But let me say, I might just give a drawing away to somebody who's dancing. So drop those gifts right now. Put emojis in there. Tell me how you like to move it. What are you moving? Are you moving parties? Are you moving Micro Pro grills? Are you moving? What are you moving this week? Because everybody's got to be moving and grooving if you're going to make money in this business. Is that right? Yes, it is. All right. So I see folks jumping on. Hey, don't forget, tag your friends. Tell them to get their on over here because we got some stuff to talk about tonight. I am super excited to be back with you. I've got some great things to share with you. And of course, we're going to give away some prizes. So let's get us started tonight, everybody. So good evening, good evening, good evening. I'm Marcia Brown, your business leader. I'm so excited to be here with you. I want to give a big shout out to all of you who are on here with us tonight. And of course, we'll talk about, like, I want to give a shout out for those of you last week as well that were on and joined as we had the Corinne Brown facilitated for me last week. And I'm going to tell you all about why I had to, at the last minute, grab her and get her to do that for me as well. So let's go ahead and get started tonight with our quote, because I always like to start us with a quote. And of course, Zig Ziglar is one of my favorites. And I think this is a really important one. And I'm not, this is not intended to be like, oh, is she talking about me? We all need a daily checkup from the neck up to avoid stinking thinking, which ultimately leads to hardening of the attitudes. Now, think about that, guys. I just think it's really humorous, a daily checkup from the neck up to avoid stinking thinking, which ultimately leads to hardening of the attitudes. You see, we are the ones who are in control of our attitude. We are the ones who set the tone for what our day is going to be like. And so when you get up in the morning and your feet hit the floor, you want to hit that floor and say, hooray, I just woke up today. Because you know what? There's a lot of people who didn't wake up today. And I had the number at one time, and I don't remember what it is, but it's like 17,000 people didn't wake up today. But we did. And that's an important thing to remember, that we're here and we're excited and we're going to be focused on growing our business, because that's what it's all about. Now, stinking thinking is when we let things outside our control get into our heads. And from that, then we start to look at everything from the negative side of what's going on, or we begin to give up our personal power. And guys, I can tell you, there is nothing more powerful than your personal power. And that goes back to this idea of what are you in control of? So one of the things that I think it's really important is to think about, what am I in control of and what am I not? And when we focus a lot of our energy and a lot of our thoughts and a lot of our time on the things that we do not control, the things that are out of our control, then all we do is create a situation where we're uneasy, where we feel down, where we feel defeated, where we start to have that stinking thinking, which leads to the hardening of the attitudes. So let's just think about what those are. And we all do this. And so when I share this with you, this is something that over the years, it's work. It is a lot of work to change the way you look at the world, because so much of the way we look at the world is part of how we've been raised, the people around us, what other people tell us, and we start to buy into that story. But guys, you are the author of your story, and you are the ones who get to decide what your story is going to look like and what this next chapter is going to be all about as well. So the first thing I want you just to realize that is out of your control, and it does you no good to worry about it, think about it, spend time dwelling on it, is the past. Because guess what? It's gone. And there is nothing you can do about it. There is nothing you can. And when we replay those stories, oh, why didn't I do this? What if I had done this? Oh my gosh, I can't believe I let that person do this to me. We are living in the past. Now, we learn from our experiences in the past, and those are important things for us. We go through these things because it prepares us for what's next. I always looked at when I, like with my parties, if I went to a party and I will tell you guys, this has happened to me. I showed up at someone's door. I had talked to them that afternoon. They told me they had 5 people come into their party. I showed up at the door. I knocked on the door. There was not a soul in the house, or if they were, they had the lights out and they didn't come to the door. Now I sat there in her driveway for for like 15, 20 minutes. And I kept calling and trying to find out, like, was she coming to the door or not? And so then I left her a message. I said, hey, I hope nothing serious has happened. I'll check in with you tomorrow, because, I know we talked earlier today. We're supposed to be having this party. Never heard from the woman again. I tried calling her. Obviously, she ghosted me. She had dated an in-home party with me, talked to me that day, and then wasn't home when I got there to her house. Now, I could sit there and let that just, totally set the tone for the rest of my life. But I didn't, because what I did is I was disappointed. I'll be honest, I was a little bit angry. But I said, you know what? What am I going to do about it? Well, I set aside these 2 hours to do a party, to sell Tupperware, to date people, to recruit people. I said, so I'm going home and I'm going to get on the phone. And that's exactly what I did. But I also remembered that this is what happened to me. And someday, someone that I'm working with, one of my reps, one of my consultants, one of my managers, one of my directors is going to have the same thing happen. And they're going to think it's the end of the world. And I'm going to be able to tell them it's not. Because everything we go through helps us learn how to cope, how to deal with it, and then to move on so that we can be a resource and a teacher for those that come after us. Now, we're also not in control of the future, because you know what? We spend a lot of time thinking about what if I show up at her house and nobody's there? What if I hold a party and nothing comes from it? What if? But you know what? That doesn't help us either, because it's still over there. It's not even here yet. Why are we wasting this moment, this time, this space in our head with something that hasn't even happened? And we don't even know what's going to happen because it's not here yet. Now, the other thing that we have no control over is the actions of others. See, I didn't have any control over this lady not being there when I went to her house. And so I can't let myself be upset because someone else didn't behave the way that I would like them to. The same thing, if I ask somebody to book a party and they say no, I'm not in control of the fact that they said no. What I'm in control of is my actions that said, hey, would you like to have a Tupperware party? My actions that say, why would you not want to have a Tupperware party? My actions that say, can I get back in touch with you in the future? Is that a no, not now, or a no, not ever? Those are the things that I'm in control of. But the fact that she said no to having a party doesn't mean she said no to me. She said no to having a party. That's what we have to remember, because we take it personally. We take anytime someone says no to us as maybe a lack of validation of ourselves. Oh, I'm no good. But that's not it either, guys. So I want you to keep this in mind, because you are amazing. And you got to tell yourself that all the time, because you don't want that hardening of the attitudes. Now, here's another thing you're not in control of. You're not in control of the opinions of others. You see, everyone has their own opinion. Okay, so that's fine, they can have their opinions, but it's not up to us to react to their opinions, because their opinions are based on experiences that they've had. Our opinions are based on experiences that we've had. And if we allow ourselves to be ruled by those emotions and those thought processes, then they become bad habits. And sometimes those are not such good habits. So one of the other things that really is important is that we're not in control of other people's opinions. And as we start to really think about this in a new way, we look at the opinions that we formed and we ask ourselves, is this true? Is it valid? Because see, I'm in control of my opinions, my thoughts, and that's what I have to inspect. And I have to try to do it in a way that's not emotional. I have to step back and look at it and say, if I was looking at this from the outside, what would I be thinking? All right, so here's a couple other things we're not in control of. What happens around me? I'm not in control of what those people over there are doing. I'm not in control what's happening at Tupperware Orlando. I'm not in control of what's happening down the street from me. So I can't spend my time worrying about what's happening over there. I'm not in control of what other people think of me. I can be the greatest person in the world and somebody's not going to like it. Hey guys, there's only been one perfect human that ever has walked this earth, and even he didn't make everybody happy. So you see, you can't be concerned about what other people think of you. You inspect, well, why do they think that of me? Did I do something that maybe caused them to think that of me? But we really, we can't waste our energies on that. And then this is the other one that I think is a real important in our business, especially. I am not in control of the outcome of my efforts. Now, what do I mean by that? You see, I am in control of the efforts that I put in, but the results that come from those efforts are really outside my control because it's dependent on other people. It's dependent on the person that I'm talking to. It's dependent on my team. It's dependent on the products that I have, maybe that, or I don't have, and I don't have control of that. So but I am in control of how many times I show up and what I do with my efforts. So those are really important things to remember. If anything that you're suddenly finding your attitude is shifting, or you're finding yourself getting upset, you're going to take a stop. You're just going to say to yourself, stop. All right. So right now, I want you to all say out loud, stop. You can put it in the chat there if you want to. Stop. I'm going to stop. And then I'm going to take a breath. And then I'm going to say, is this in my control? All right. So I want you to all do that right now, because you got to practice. This is a work in progress that we are doing, because now we're going to talk about what we are in control of. And boy, oh boy, is this powerful. We are in control of our own thoughts and actions. So every time our brain says to us, boy, that was stupid, then we're going to be able to go, no, it wasn't, because I'm in control of my thoughts and my actions. So when my thoughts say that to me and I don't agree with it, no, I'm not stupid. No, it wasn't a stupid thing. Could I do it better? Yes. But you know what? We're all allowed a little slip here and there. So we're going to take back control of our thoughts. And from that, it gives us the way to control our actions. We are in control of the goals that we set. Now, we are in Record Breaker month right now. And at the beginning of this month, every single one of you set a goal. And that is important, because only you can set the goal for you. I can give you a number, but it's my goal, not your goal. I can say to you, hey, JC, I want, this month you're going to sell $1,000. And you can look at me and say, like, it's not my goal. That's your goal. But what I could do is say, what is your goal? How can I help you make that goal? And then we can break it down together. So once we set our goal, now we're in control of what we say. I'm going to do this. Once I say I'm going to do this, then I have a responsibility to work on it, because that's in my control. And then I'm going to develop the plan of action. And like I had said earlier, Terry Bird did a beautiful job of talking to you about how to break down your goals and how to get those laid out for you. But see, once we have that plan of action, then we have to put in the effort. And once again, that is something we are in control of. We put in the effort. We're not always in control of the outcome, but we are in control of the effort. So if I ask and somebody says no, okay, they said no. But you know what? My action is to keep doing it until I get a yes. So we do it again, and we ask again, and we ask again, and we ask again until we get the result that we want. Because I'm in control of working my actions until I get the results that I want. And that's where I give my energy to. I spend my energy on the things that are positive, that the things that are going to grow. What you think upon grows. Where the mind goes, the energy flows. So if you're up here stinking thinking, guess where your energy is? It's in the toilet. And if you're over here going, yes, I can, yes, I can, yes, I can, your energy is going to follow right behind and say, what do we need to do to make this happen? And then that's where it comes to, I'm going to keep telling myself every day, I am so happy that I woke up today. Yay, it's going to be a beautiful day. And I'm going to go make a difference in somebody's life. And we say that to ourselves. And I know you guys are sitting there going, Marcia, you are crazy. And do I really do that? And I'm going to tell you guys, I pretty much do. I try to, when I wake up in the morning, before I do anything, I say to myself, it's going to be a great day. I close my eyes. It's going to be a great day. And then I stretch because, see, I'm in control of my body. I'm in control of taking care of my body. I have a little routine I do every day to stretch because, you know, I'm not as young as I used to be. And I used to just jump out of the bed. But before I jump out of bed now, I do some little things to get my body all ready. And then I know that I am in the best state to handle any challenge that comes my way. Because a challenge to me is not something that's going to stop me. A challenge is just a stepping stone. It is a way that I can get stronger, because the definition of stress is really the force of two things coming together to create tension, which then creates strength. And so every time you are challenged and you feel like you're being stressed, it is actually a mechanism that our body has to help us get stronger. Our mind has to help us get stronger. So from today forward, guys, I want you to take control. And Kathy, I'm so glad that you are breathing and taking control of what you're in charge of as we move forward. Because that brings me to kind of why I wasn't able to be here with you last week. So last weekend or a week ago, you know, Corinne led the meeting for us here, and I actually got a call from the home office asking if I would be available to meet with our president, Luis Vasquez, and our former president, who's now working with Worldwide, Peter Swanepoel, and to just talk about where we are as a company. And they wanted my opinion. They wanted my input. They wanted to know. And it wasn't just me. There were 3 other business leaders in the Carolinas. So it was basically the 4 of us, 4 business leaders that live in North and South Carolina. And we all met. And it was just an amazing, amazing meeting, because we had such a great conversation. And as we were talking about, you know, like nothing was off limits. We were able to ask any questions that we wanted to ask. We were able to give any input that we could give to what we were talking about. And guys, this was so powerful, because to be able to know that the president of our company and the former president, who's now Worldwide and working to help, you know, guide the company with his input. And this is what I also think is so wonderful. Peter Swanepoel, who was our president in 2019, 2020, 2021, and then Luis came in 2021. He actually started working with Tupperware almost 20 years ago in South Africa. He started working in the accounting or financial part of it. He worked in the manufacturing part of it. He became a regional, and then he was the national sales director, which is kind of like the president of South Africa. So he has worked in our business, all the different aspects of it. He brings a wealth of knowledge. And here's what's so exciting is that our
current administration recognizes that they don't have a lot of people who've worked the business in all these different areas for all these years, and they want to have that. So he was there as well. So we had this meeting. That meeting lasted 8 hours. 8 hours, guy. They sat there, they listened, they asked us questions, we asked them questions. It was so, it left me feeling so excited about what our future of our company is all about. So I share this with you because, see, once again, what are we in control of? We're not in control of what the decisions are that the corporate office does, but I am in control of my ability to share suggestions, to share solutions, to share options of what I think might be a better way than something that they're doing. And I'm going to tell you that already 3 things that I suggested last Monday have already been put into action. Now, they're not really big things necessarily, and some of them you haven't seen yet or heard yet. But what that tells me is our company is open to learning and listening. Now, I'm going to share this also because one of the questions, of course, that came up was about Target. And I shared this with you a couple of weeks ago about why we're in Target and how that's going to affect us. And I know I've had conversations with several of you that it's hard, because we're not in control of those people around us. And those wonderful friends of us who think they're doing us a really big favor are calling and go, "Oh, I'm so sorry for you that you're going to be out of business." Or they send you the worst quote they can find about anything to you. But here's the thing. Tupperware is doing what they feel is the right way to help us stay solvent, to help us stay strong, to help us reach the people, and to help us grow. Because the words out of his mouth, Luis's mouth, is that the major part of our business and the part that we are committed to the end is the direct sales end. It is the 95% of our company. Why would we abandon what brings us 95% of our business? And by the same token, we sell 270 products. We sell products that are just unlike anything else on the market. We can't put those on a shelf and sell those. Those have to be demonstrated. They have to be. And we also know that we have a legacy, a tradition, a heritage that has changed the world. Did you know that there is something called the Tupperware effect out in the world? And the Tupperware effect means that when we empower people to have their own business, they can change the world. And that's really what the Tupperware effect is. And we're going to continue to do that. So I wanted to share that with you because I want you to know that when somebody asks you about Target, you're going to be very excited, because I had this conversation this weekend. I was someplace and someone came up and they said, "Did I hear that Tupperware is going to be sold at Target now?" And I said, "Yes, you did." And I said, "And it's a wonderful thing." I said, "Because there's 17 products that we're doing a cross promotion, and it's going to be on the shelf so that people can find us." Because you would not believe the number of people who tell me, "Oh my gosh, I thought Tupperware had gone out of business. Oh, wow. I haven't seen Tupperware in forever." And we have a whole generation of people who think Tupperware is anything that's plastic. They don't even realize it's a brand. So what this does, the 17 products that are on a shelf that people see and now people are talking about, sometimes it's, they're like, "Oh, I don't have to go to, a Tupperware party, or I don't have to deal with a pesky Tupperware consultant." Well, guess what? They weren't buying Tupperware anyway. They weren't going to parties and they weren't buying it. So you know what? You want to buy it that way? Put your money that way, because what's happening is that Tupperware sells the product to Target and they make a really nice profit on it. That nice profit that Tupperware makes means that they can invest that money into our direct sales arm, because the profit margin in our direct sales arms for the company is much less than if they sell it to Target, because over 50% of the profits of the company come back to us. That's right, guys. Over 50% of the profits of our company come back to us. in our commissions, in our bonuses, in our rewards, in our royalties, in our Vanguard bonuses, in our company car program, in our trips, in our Confident Start program, in our host awards program, because we don't pay for host gifts, right? So all of the profits of our company are being funneled back to us. And this is a way that, number one, they can advertise and not spend money. They're letting Target spend the money to advertise for us. So that's a plus. They have 17 products. We have 270. So yes, there's going to be some people who are going to go to Target, they're going to buy that, and they're going to be perfectly happy and never buy Tupperware again. But those people were never going to buy Tupperware from you either. There's going to be people that are going to go, oh, I've got to have a bowl for this thing today. And they know if they call you and ordered it, they're not going to get it today. So they're going to go there, but they're going to have a choice of buying Rubbermaid, which is what they've done in the past, or they're going to buy Tupperware. And that money that they spend on the Tupperware there is going to come back to the company that's going to use it to support you. It also means that that person who didn't realize that Tupperware was a brand is going to see it. They're going to buy it. They're going to fall in love with it. They're going to go, I need more of this. How do I get more? Because on every piece, there's that QR code I showed you, and they scan it, and it takes them to a thing. It says, find out what's more in Tupperware, and then here, support a local consultant. And then they can click that, and they can put in their address and find the consultant close to them. So it really has a lot of power. And as I said, I personally have yet to have anybody who really was like ugly about it. In fact, everybody that I've talked to, and I've had 4 or 5 people over the last couple weeks since it happened, that have reached out to me. Some are people I didn't know, just they happened to know. They found out I sold Tupperware. I was at an event this weekend, and somebody asked me. 2 people asked me about it, and then I've had a couple people that I know that reached out to me. And they, it's like when I explain it to them, they all go, that's really smart, because they realize people don't know how to find us. So I want you guys just to recognize that we have a company that truly believes in us and is supportive of us and is doing everything in their power to try to help us. Now, are they going to make mistakes? Absolutely, because they're not perfect. Neither am I. Do I make mistakes? Every single day. But I'm not going to beat myself up about it. I'm going to learn from that. I'm going to get better. And I'm certainly not going to beat them up, because I'm not in control of them. But I am in control of the actions that I have and the way I respond to things and the attitude that I have about things. So I want you all to take that. And I want you to be excited. And when somebody says something to you, you're going to be, yes. And you know what? It's a great thing, because there's so many people who don't even realize that Tupperware is a brand. They think Tupperware is anything plastic, just like everybody thinks Band-Aids or any kind of bandage or Kleenex is any kind of tissue. But we all know that Tupperware is much better than that. And we want the world to know that too. And so this is a way for us to reach more people. It's never going to be a big thing. It's never going to be, like a whole store full of stuff there, because once again, we're dealing retail. Retail has a very small little area that they're going to give up to anybody. And they're certainly not going to give tons and tons of space to Tupperware for those 17 products. So let's get out there and work on the things that we're in control of, because right now we are in control of Record Breaker, and we are in the midst of our Record Breaker month. And of course, we're all focusing on our #Humongous goal. And I know I have several drawings that I am due to share with you guys or do for you guys. And I have several gifts that I still have out pending. And I apologize, but it's been kind of a chaotic month, and I wasn't expecting it. And I have to do what I'm in control of, take care of the things that are right here in front of me today. And then but I have everybody's name that I owe gifts to. I have them all right here. And every chance I get, I am sending some out. So it's kind of going out little bits at a time, but your gifts are all going to get caught up. I promise. in the next week so that I can get them out to you, and then you can get your little love gifts, those little packages that everybody likes to get in the mail with some fun stuff. And of course, we just had our 3-day challenge for my trick-or-treat bags. I'll be getting those out to do the drawings for those and get them out. So probably going to have a whole marathon day of, I'm going to go live and do some drawings and give some stuff away. And we're just going to keep hitting submit because I just get carried away. And I have everybody's goals that you have written, and I've got those all on my list. And a few more of you have come in and added some, and I'm adding those into it. So we are going to be giving some prizes away for those as well. And we want to keep thinking big because you know what? We have 10 days to go, and it is not over till it's over. Now, right now, we have this amazing options for our brand new recruits. And I'm sharing this with you because I'm gonna close tonight with just like something that's gonna blow your mind. Okay, so this is our starter kit, our what I call our business builder kit. This is what we want to offer to anybody who's looking for a way to make extra money. And people are looking for a way to make extra money. The holidays are coming. They need extra money. We all know that the economy is kind of crazy and prices are going nuts. Just today, I drove by a gas station and I said, oh, I need to fill up because that's a good price. By the time I came back 2 hours later, it had already gone up 5 cents. So I pulled in right then and I made sure that I filled up before it went up another 5 cents. But what this tells me is that, we're not in control of that, but we are in control of what we can do to put more money in our pocket. And that's why there's people out there that are going to be looking for what you have to offer. So let's get out there and offer this to them. We also have this great first offer reward. So this is these are products that people really love. And a lot of people have never seen our whip and mix. And when they see that, they are so intrigued by it. And if we can tell them, hey, you know what? It normally sells for $69, but I can get it to you for $15. They're going to go, you can? And that's going to lead into a conversation. Okay, so we need to be doing that. And what happens when you offer it to other people? Well, you get rewards. So we have our recruiter reward going on right now. That's the fix and mix bowl with the spoon. And then we have our party bonus reward for you when your new recruit comes in and holds a party and submits $500 before the October 26th. And you can get any one of those bundles of products right there for $20. And you can actually get up to 3. So you can have 3 recruits and get all 3 sets when you bring those folks in. So this is something that I think is also really, actually there's 2 sets, but it's really exciting for you to think about what I want and what I want to get. And it's all about, once again, what am I in control of? If I want to share the opportunity with somebody, and if I want to get a recruit, what am I in control of? Go ahead and put it in the chat. Charlie's watching. He's going to let me know what you think. What am I in control of if I want to recruit somebody? And I tell you what it is. I'm in control of this. And I'm in control of this. I have 2 ears to listen twice as much as I talk, but I am in control of that. And if I know that there are people out there that need to make money, then I need to be out there talking about how you can make money selling Tupperware. And I want to get out there in front of people. And I want to start making a list every day. Get up in the morning and think about, who can I offer this opportunity to today? And you can send them a text message, and you can send them a message on Facebook. Don't just post something on Facebook because they're not going to see it. Because see, Facebook doesn't like when we do that. They don't want people to see it, so they're not even going to show it. But if you're talking about your lifestyle, if you're talking about going someplace with your kids, if you're talking about the things that you're in control of because of your Tupperware business. And I'm going to give a perfect example. One of our amazing directors, Tara Henderson, earned her wild trip from Tupperware. And she took her entire family to the Dominican Republic to a resort for the whole week. And Tupperware paid for it. And so what she did is all week long, she's been sharing what she's been doing on her trip. Congratulations, Pam Stokes, first winner of the night. All right, so every day she's just posting, day 1 of our trip, day 2 of our trip. And she had started it out. We're leaving today for the Dominican Republic. This is a trip that I won from Tupperware. I get to take my family. And every day she just shared what she was doing. She's And I call this my yes life. She is living her hashtag yes life. What would your hashtag yes life look like? Have you ever seen that movie? And about, and that the dad had to say yes to everything the kids asked, as long as it was legal and it didn't hurt anybody. So wouldn't it be a great place to be, and you're to be able to say yes to whatever comes your way? Yes, I can hold a party, help you. Yes, I can help you make money. Yes, kids, we can go to Disney World because I have the business that lets me do this. And this is the kind of thing you want to share with people. You want to show people that you are living the yes life because of Tupperware. You want to show yourself cooking food with Tupperware, and just be talking about how easy dinner is because of this. These are the things that people are going to see. They may not just see if you go, who wants to make some money? They're not going to see that because Facebook's not going to let them. But if they're seeing you cook a recipe, if they're seeing you talk about your vacation, if they see you spending time with your family, going to the fair with your kids, going bowling with your spouse, they're going to go, wow, she has a really great life. And then you can get there, see who's commenting and whose comments about that. And then you can personally message them. Because I will tell you, people are always like, I want your life, Marcia. And I go, you can have it. I can help you. And that's the things you want to think about. So we want to get out there this week. We got 10 days. And guys, it would blow, it would just be so awesome if we could all think about today I'm going to find somebody to join my team. And we did that every day for the next 10 days. Can you imagine what it would be like to finish this month with 10 new recruits yourself? Because you can. It's all a matter of setting your sights on what you want, setting your attitude, and then doing the work, okay? Because we set the goal, we determine the plan, we execute the plan by doing the actions, and we don't worry about what we don't control is the people who say no. We focus on finding the ones who want to say yes. And the way we find that is by asking more people. All right. We also have the same thing about our parties. There is still plenty of time to have lots of parties before the end of this month. We have 10 days. You could have a data party today and start it today. We have all these great offers for our host during Record Breaker, a $350. We have our always booking gift, our always thank you gift at $200. We are always 10% free and a half price item at $300. But at $350 with 2 bookings, we have this extra bonus that they can take advantage of. At $500, we always have 15% free and 2 half price items. And then at $700, so we always have these exclusive offers when they have 2 bookings. And then at $750, we have these 2 new offers that they can add. And these are exclusive. I call it the exclusive shopping club just for hosts. My VIP hosts get to participate in our exclusive shopping club. And this is what you have available to you. See, it's all in how you present things, right, guys? All right. And then at 1,000, of course, we have that double host credits. And there's so many things going on. Ooh, Kelsey, you are rocking it, girl. And we're going to have to get Kelsey on here one night to talk to us about TikTok, because she is awesome. I was thinking tick, tick, boom. That's what we're going to do this week. We're going to tick, tick, boom and explode our business, because there's still lots of time for us to do lots and lots of great things. Now, the reason I'm sharing all of this with everybody is because one of our directors, you got to meet her last week if you didn't know her, Corinne Brown. And yes, she's my daughter. But she had, several years ago, she had several directors in the Columbia, South Carolina area. And for several reasons, people left the business, and personal crises and things happened. And so she decided she wanted to really focus on rebuilding the area. And the South Carolina State Fair is going on this week. So she decided to do that. She has a few consultants in the area who she reached out to and said, hey, you want to work with me? And she had a couple who said yes. She's got one. And I'm going to give a shout out to her, Michelle Green, who has shown up every single day to come help and work with her. And she's so excited because she is learning at the same time that she is growing her business. Now, this comes back to what we talked about last week, vendor events. Why we do vendor events. Okay. Your vendor events are to help you do two things. They're to help you fill your date book, and they are there to help you build your team. All right. And maybe, you're not at the place you're thinking, I don't know that I want to build a team yet. Don't let that stop you. You build the team so that you can make the decision if you want to be a leader. Because if you're building the team, you're still going to get rewards, and that gives you that incentive. But what I wanted to talk to you about is what Corinne did, and I thought this was so brilliant that I have to share it with you guys. So she's trained on it before with us about using QR codes to direct people to join your VIP group, and using your QR codes to direct people to your Facebook page, or to a flow page where they can connect to your website as well. But she shared with me what she was doing here, because I sent a message to her. I said, what are you doing? My gosh. I want to tell you her results in just a minute. I said, what are you doing? This is crazy. She's been doing this fair for like 4 days. Okay. She says, well, I decided. So she's got us set up with product, because we sell the product so that it draws people over and it allows us to make some money to pay for our booth. But the focus of why we're there, what's our mind focused on? Dating parties, recruiting people. She set up 2 stations, one station for dating parties, one station for building your team. And if you can tell from the photo that's on the table there's a flow code. So on the booking table, so the one on the right says fill your date book. It's got all the host gifts. It's got the bonuses for this month. And on the back end of that table, she's got all of her premium products. She's got cookware. She's got Ultra Pro. She's got a Micro Pro grill, a pressure cooker, those things that people don't even know that Tupperware has. She didn't take those to sell. She took them so that she could say to somebody, hey, did you know that we have this in Tupperware? And did you know you could get this free or half price? Because that's going to entice people to want to have parties. She hooks them with the product first, and then she tells them the price, and they're like, whoo, that's expensive. Because, if we've never bought Tupperware before, if we haven't bought Tupperware in a while, first time someone said, Instapot, and you looked at the price, you went, oh, I don't know if I want that. But when people see how it helps them, they're going to say, how can I justify the price? Because people will spend money if they think it's worth them, right? So that's the thing you want to do. So she has that. So this whole table is dedicated to nothing but holding parties. But here's what's so cool about what she did. So you see that card there, it says book your party, free gift, and then it has 2 little QR codes. One of those QR codes says virtual. One of those QR codes says in person, in home. And so when she's talking to them, she says, hey, it's up to you. But if you'd like to go ahead and schedule a date, just scan right here, and it takes them to her calendar. It's an online calendar. We'll have to get her to train on it one day, because she was just trying to explain it to me. It's called Calendly or something like that. And so they scan, and it opens up a calendar, and she has the dates marked that she has available. So one of the things that, in my day, what I would do is I had a printed calendar, and I would have highlighted the days that I had open, and I would hand that to somebody and say, hey, pick a date. Because I would mark the places where I wanted to hold parties. And so she did exactly that. But hers is all virtual. She doesn't have to carry a piece of paper with her. She doesn't have to take a book with her. They just go in. But she also has it set up that they put in all their information, their name, their phone number, all of this kind of stuff. They have questions like, is there a particular product you want to get? What do and some things like that. And so as she's talking to people, some people just walked up and just did it without her even speaking to them. They walked up and they scanned it. And we saw them, looking on their phone, and they said, yeah, I want to have a party. And it was crazy. In 4 days, she and Michelle have dated 12 parties. That's right, guys, 12 parties in the book. Some are virtual, some are Zoom, some are in person, and they're all age groups. There's a couple of folks that are like early 20s that booked parties. There's some that are in their 30s. They have new, like, young families. There's some in their 40s and 50s that are doing it. One lady, she came up, she's of a more mature age, and she says, well, I'm going to get my niece to do this because she needs Tupperware in her kitchen. And so she brought her niece over. And so the two of them are doing it together. Just last night, Michelle was telling me about this girl that she met, because I talked to her, and she said it was a mother and a daughter. The daughter's 24. The mom, I guess she's in her like late 40s, and they're doing, the daughter lives in Colorado, the mom lives in South Carolina, and they're going to do a double party. The mom's going to do it in home, and then the daughter's going to Zoom it in to the same party. That's crazy, right? But this is the thing. Thank you, Corinne Callandy. There she goes. See, I knew she's over there watching it for us. And so this is such a cool concept to be able to get that right there. Because why are you there? Don't like, I'll call you. Because if you call them, you're not going to get them. Get them now when you're there. But here's the bigger one. Okay, so now she's got these parties. They've dated a bunch of parties. Building your team. This table, she said, she's dedicated it to nothing but recruiting. So she's got a sign up. She's got her kit all laid out. She's got the whip and mix. That's what I said about the whip and mix. She's got it sitting right at the end of the table with that flyer that tells you, how you can get it for $15. And then she's got a confident start flyer on there. And then there's also a poster just like that one you saw for the dating. It's kind of, I don't know if you can see it on the picture, but it's back there, and it says the same thing. It says, open your account today, get a free gift. And she has a little basket of Tupperware products that she's given to them. And people come over and they go, oh, open an account. Because there's there's always people opening accounts for different things. You open a credit card and you get this gift free. You open this, you get this. And so she's been explaining to them, you open an account. It allows you to be able to shop at a discount. And you also get a website. Now, we're really looking for people who want to make some money. But if you're just interested in getting some Tupperware, it's open to you too. And then they're like, oh, and once again, people are coming up and they're just scanning it without her even talking to them. They're like scanning it. And then she'll start talking to them. You want to guess how many recruits her team has added since Friday? 12. 12 new recruits. So 12 recruits and 12 parties, which those 12 recruits are also going to be having parties. So that's really 24 parties that they've been able to add in 4 days, simply because this vendor event has a focus. This vendor event has a goal. This vendor event is not, let me see how much I can sell. It's, let me get to the people. Will this happen if you're just sitting there? No. You got to be talking to people. You got to be working it. You got to be getting out and bringing people and showing them what's available to them. Great. So the QR code, as Corinne says, actually takes them to the sign up page where you can sign up. They scan, sign up. Here's the other piece of this. She also has, she's got that little iPad set up there. She actually has that set up also open to her, to the page. So when she was working, she and Michelle were working yesterday, she had it on Michelle so that when they were talking to somebody, that person just right there could fill out the thing right there on the iPad and join right there on the spot. 12 recruits in 4 days. This is crazy, isn't it? But you know what? It's something we can do. Will you get that kind of results all the time? No. But guys, when you do a vendor event, this is the way I've always, approached a vendor event. If I'm going to go do a vendor event, what is my goal? I want to recruit a certain number of people. I want to date a certain number of parties. Yes, I want to sell, and I'd like to sell this much to cover my cost of my booth. But that's today. Dating parties is tomorrow. Recruiting people is a lifetime. So you have to go in with, yes, I'm going to sell some products and I will work with that. And we, Donna Joe, we will come and teach you how to do this, because I have challenged everybody. If you can get me a group of people together in one place, I will come and help you learn how to do this. I will come in and we will do a recruiting event and we will do this. So we can talk about that and getting that set up so we can do it. But this is key. You've got to go in with that mindset that this is what I want when I go into it. So once again, if you're out there doing vendor events, and lots of you are, and if you've never gone at it with this approach, have a reason for them to set a date right there on the spot. Make it easy. Scan. Here's the other thing. She has these little sheets on the table that have that same poster, small. And she was telling, she told me Saturday, she says, oh my gosh, this lady, because she had met a lady earlier in, like on Wednesday or Thursday, and she had talked to her, but the lady was like, and she walked off, but she handed it to her. She handed her the piece of paper. She says, well, think about it. If you decide, just scan here. When she got up Wednesday morning, she had a recruit. Like at 8 o'clock in the morning, there was a recruit. I was like, whoa, because I get a report every time a recruit comes in. And I sent her a message, what happened? And she goes, it was the woman I talked to Thursday. She took it home. Maybe she got paid on Friday. I don't know. Scan, sign up, new recruit. So whether it's right there on the spot, you give them, if you can't get them to do it right there, you give them the thing to tell them to go do it later. You still capture their information so that you can be able to do it. So be prepared. Setting up a QR code is super easy. If you're on Canva, they actually have a Canva. Canva actually has a QR code thing you can produce right there. So it'll work perfectly for that. I mean, they'll like create it for you right there. So you can create a QR code that takes them directly to your Join Us page on your website. You can have if you have the calendar app, or you have a different calendar app that you use, you can have a QR code that takes you right there. And then you have that ready to go as well. So we are in control of what we want our business to do. And I will tell you, if 12 people want to sell Tupperware and 12 people want to date parties in 4 days' time, then people want Tupperware. And that would be, you're exactly right, Kelsey. It would be great to send with, to return customers. And, if you could send out postcards to the people who purchased from you, because if you, a lot of, like if they're, depending on if they've shared their information, you may have access to their addresses, or you may have access to their emails. You could send a message to them with the QR code and say, hey, if you've ever thought about making money, have some points about why they might want to start a Tupperware business with the holidays coming, the benefits to doing this, and send it to them with the QR code. You'll be surprised. And that's why I say, I believe that every one of us could make a decision today that in the next 10 days, we are all going to recruit one a day. And if we do that, just amazing things are going to happen. All right. So as we close up tonight, we're going to remind you that we have these 2 awesome offers that are supposed to end on Wednesday. Tupperware is extending these. One is our Baker's Dozen. And we mentioned last week about that this could be as great for your in-person baking classes for kids. So a Baker's Dozen, you get 13 of them. It's $169. If you were to buy 13 of them with your regular discount, it's going to cost you like $190. So you're saving money. You're getting these. You could be able to do a cooking demo, say in mid-November. Order these now, get them back, and have them. They come, they make the cookies. It's so much fun. It's a great little fun party to do. And then you're saving some money by getting these. We also have our microfiber towels, which are absolutely awesome. I love these. People love these. This is a great product to have. And they're also great, like the little eyeglass towels. Those are fantastic for you to use as a gift to mail people. So you can just take one of those, fold it up, put it in an envelope, and mail it. It mails for just a single postage stamp. Winner, chicken dinner, Marcia. Congratulations. Marcia, we're going to have to do one of these things out in Vegas, aren't we? We're going to have to do something in Vegas. We're going to have to do something up in New York. Wherever you are, I will go. That's coming next, Terry. So we've got these continuing all through next week. So yes, take advantage of keep talking about them, keep promoting them. There are so many specials. In fact, we have several new specials starting right now. We have our I forgot to do that one, our Black Friday specials. We're going to be having pre-Black Friday specials every day. So keep checking every single day, check in. Remember that these great incentives for you are continuing all month long. You want to submit $750 this weekend, or this week we're in right now, and next week, and be able to add one more of those great Explorer tumblers as well. And then, of course, we have those great rewards from me and Charlie. We have our Tupperware on board, brochures on board sign that is 1 week only. It ends this Wednesday. When you submit $1,000 for the week, you get a set of these for free. And if you do 700, you get the decals for $5 as a copay. And then for the month, when you sell 2022, as in every month, you get one of our ornaments of the month. So don't forget to, be really focused. Don't miss out on any of the stuff that's available to you. Check your numbers. If you're not sure where you are, ask your director. They will be glad to check it for you. I try to keep it posted on a regular basis so you can see kind of where you are as well. I'll do an update also today. Or tomorrow, so that you can see it. I'll get it done either tonight or tomorrow. So you'll see that as well. And then as Terry reminded you, we have our Jubilee Travel Fund that we are raising money for. And we have this wonderful, wonderful T-shirt. It's a black T-shirt, and it's actually, the Tupperware it's a brighter red. The picture doesn't show it well, but it's got a Santa hat, a bright red Tupperware. It says "It's a Wonderful Life." It's only $20 with a $5 shipping fee, and you can pay me by Venmo at Hooray Jubilee is the Venmo tag. And then, of course, we have our Google form. This is all pinned at the top of our Hooray group. And if you don't know how to find that, you don't have it, you can message me or message Terry, and we will get that to you. We have already raised enough money to pay for one room at Jubilee. And so this is what's cool about this is all of the profits for these are going to pay for rooms at Jubilee. And then everybody who registers for Jubilee will get a portion of that. So like this, okay, we'll have this room's paid for. So we've got enough for 4 people to go for free. And we kind of look at it that way. And so it's really spread out. If we have 100 people register and we've got 50 rooms paid for, then we prorate and everybody gets the same amount of money. And you can use your money to go in a room with 4 other people. You can use your money to take your family. But the more we raise, the more money that goes to you. And then if we pay for everybody's rooms are paid for, then you have extra money for travel and stuff as well. So it's super fun, super exciting. We got a different fundraiser coming next month. So don't miss out. Get your T-shirt now because you've only got 10 more days to get this T-shirt and so we can get those ordered and pressed and out to you so you can be wearing them all through November and December. All right. So as we close tonight, I'm going to leave you with one more quote. We started about this check up from the neck up so that we don't have stinking thinking because we don't want hardening of the attitudes. But I want to remind you that your hardest times are often the ones that lead to the greatest moments of your life. Keep the faith. It will all be worth it in the end, because when you do things with the right intention, when you do things with purpose, when you do things with love, when you do things with the right attitude and a positive attitude, you will make progress. And it's not always as fast as we want, and it's not always exactly what we envisioned, but we're not in control of the outcome. We're in control of the effort. We're in control of the attitude. We're in control of the heart. I love you guys. We're going to have a great close to this month. I see big things coming, and I know that you're going to make the best of it as well. So let's go out there and do it, and let's have a great night. So let me put a little music on so we can head out of here, because I'm controlling the music here tonight. And there we go.
Move it. I like to move it, move it. I like to move it, move it. You like to move it, move it.
Good night, everybody.